Well, there it is, the greatest racing trophy in all of greyhound racing. It is the Golden Easter Egg. It is worth $250,000 to the winner. The final this Saturday night here at Wentworth Park. What a night it will be. Can't wait. Tim Newbold, a special episode of Chasing the Dollar brought to you by TAB Sportsbet, because what a race we have this Saturday night.
A cracking race, $250,000 to the winner. It's got everything. It's got a couple of fairy tale stories. It's got a couple of the big gun trainers. Don't knock him from the inside. Quickest run of the night. And all of the big guns. A lot of the big guns didn't get through, so it's going to be a great race on Saturday night.
Yeah, TAB Sportsbet, they've done pretty well out of this so far, because we've lost most of our favourites, most of those who've been back quite heavily throughout the series. Matt Jenkins, how's the market looking at this point as we head into the final?
Yeah, g'day guys. The market was thrown into chaos on Saturday night, as you mentioned. 5 of the big guns missing, and they were all single figures as well, so don't knock at him. As much as $14 was an offer, but I can still tell you we're pulling a couple of tails there, Dinah Burt being one of those.
Yeah, I think Tim Newbold might have a little bit on Dinah Burt. He was very positive about the dog last week, and we'll probably be going again this week. We'll see exactly what Tim is thinking about the Golden Easter Egg as we go through each and every runner a little bit later on in the program. But let's get into the support events, and the main one of those, of course, is for those who missed out on the Golden Easter Egg final. It is the Ambrosoli. What do you think?
Really keen on number 8, Newbold Pedro. He went within a whisker of making the final. He's beautifully drawn out wide on the track. He ran near career best figures a couple of runs ago. He's beautifully drawn outside. Adam Maway, who will cross to the rails in the run to the first turn. He looks a really good bet, and I think he's the best bet on the program. We'll
get straight on to race number 6, and this is the Association Cup. Last week, both Tim and I were at racetrack side down there, and what a fantastic performance we saw from this freakish dog, Miata. She can't be beaten, surely.
She can't be beaten. She is the shortest price I've ever seen a greyhound from TAB Fixed Odds. She'll be winning. She's come up with box number 8. She ran the track record 12 100ths under the previous record, and she'll be winning from box 8, but you've got to really take the tomato sauce if you want to chime in.
See, her start was just phenomenal last week. Have you seen anything jump like that in a staying race here at Wentworth Park?
No, I haven't. It was just incredible. She came out humming, and Shimmer Gurney, poor old Shimmer Gurney, ran a cracking race to the winning post the first time, but she just got her heart broken by Miata. She wouldn't have known what she was chasing. It was just incredible. She ran a great race, and I'm sure she'll run a competitive race on Saturday night, but she can't beat the champ.
Yeah, it's worth coming along to Wentworth Park this Saturday night just for that race alone, let alone the big one, which comes up a little bit later in the program. Race number 7, though, we move on to next. This is the Sky Racing Stakes.
I like number 1, Little Ed. At the value, is stepping up in grade on recent runs at Maitland in the Hunter Valley. Has been racing over the 400 metres. Broke the track record there a couple of runs ago. I think it can lead from the inside alley. It will get a beautiful run through with flavours on his outside, and I think it can lean and run a really big race at value. Garland's got a chance. Oaks Road is another one who was unlucky not to make it through to the final after copping plenty of interference last week, and then you can throw in probably young Snoz, who'll be powering home at the end.
So that's the first 3 legs of the quaddie, but the main one, of course, it is the main race of the night. It is the main race in the world of greyhound racing. 10:15 p.m. local time. It will jump, and what a race it is. The Golden Easter Egg final. Let's get into them runner by runner, and in box number 1 we have, well, what has become the favourite after all of the big dogs were knocked out. It is Don't Knock at Him. Tim, what do you think?
Yeah, he's a clear favourite now at $2.10, and he should be. He clocked 5.39 leading all of the way from the same alley last week. He should lead again, and I really think he'll win. He ran 29.57. Jason Thompson trains. He does look clearly the one to beat. The only little concern, he does want to shift a little from that inside alley, but if he does begin on terms, he's got that burn to roll to the lead and win.
We'll get back to Matt Jenkins from TAB Sportsbet. And Matt, this is a dog that was, well, pretty juicy in the market early on, but with all those favourites going out, he's now quite tight as our favourite.
Yeah, it was on the 6th line of betting going into the semi-finals, and the box draw was all important too on Monday morning, coming up with the 1. Should be well suited. At the moment, you can still get better than even money, but might even jump a little bit shorter on Saturday night.
All right, we move on to box number 2, and we have El Caballo to go from here. Doreen Drynan is the trainer. Tim, what are your thoughts?
Look, he's one of the roughies in the race, and I really can't see him winning, but he is well drawn on the inside, and I think he's a genuine contender to run into the multiples. He will get a good little run at the first turn, 3rd, 4th or 5th, and he might be able to sneak into the places, but I really can't see him winning.
What about El Caballo, Matt? Any support for the win? Maybe some each-way money?
Not at all, not at all. At $31 the rank outside of the field, but as Tim pointed out, it might be a little sneaky chance even to run a hole.
All right, we move on to box number 3, and well, this is one of Australia's favourite greyhounds, Fancy Dean. Maybe a little bit out of form in recent weeks, but last week was almost back to his best, led most of the way in that race.
Yeah, the king of Wentworth Park. He's well drawn over to the inside. He does need an inside box in the 3 alley, but he isn't racing as well as what he can. He went down narrowly. On his old form, he would have won that race last week. He got run down in 30 and 18, but he's still going well enough. I think he's a place contender, but I really can't see him winning unless he found his brilliant best.
He is always well supported, Matt. I'd imagine there will be a little bit of a trickle for Fancy Dean.
Yeah, certainly. It was just behind Don't Knock at Him in the betting before the semi-finals. $6.50 is on offer. It does look an appealing price on his best form.
Okay, let's get on to box number 4, and this is DeSalle Bale. Tim, I know this is a dog you were pretty keen on last week and a dog you've got a fair bit of time for. What are your thoughts, though, in this final?
I think she's a genuine winning chance. She's got an awkward 4 alley, but she's got a moderate beginner drawn on her outside. She can be touchy at box rise, but she can run 5:40 to the mark, which she might be able to lead if she does begin on terms, and I think she's a genuine chance. She's the baby of the field and can win the race.
Matt? There'll be a bit of money here.
Yeah, tend to agree. Actually, it's not in the top kind of 3 or 4 as far as support goes there. So $7, you may even get a little bit longer come the night.
All right, we'll have a look at that on the night for DeSalle Bale as we move on to the squeeze box number 5. And Time and Money for Anthony Bragg gets around here, was second last week behind DeSalle Bale. Tim, what do you think?
This will be the fairy tale story if it happens to win. The boys have only got the one greyhound in training, trained out of a backyard. Look,
they paid nothing for it.
Yeah, $1,500.
Yeah,
it'll be an incredible story. I really can't see him winning. Her winning, I should say. She's a moderate beginner and she hasn't got a great deal of early pace. The only way she could possibly win if the leaders all come together at the first turn and got a little slide through. I can't see her winning.
It would well and truly be a fairy tale, that is for sure. Matt Jenkins, any money?
A few people are hoping for that fairy tale as well as $21, and surprisingly, there is a fair bit of interest for Time and Money to win this one.
Okay, we move on from Time and Money to box number 6, and that is Hot Irish. Was a winner last week ahead of Fancy Dean. Just got home very, very narrowly after chasing down the leader. What do you think here?
It was a fantastic win last week. She's really a bunny bitch for mine. I'm on a pre-post. She's $6.50.
Just disclosing that.
Yeah. Well, she's $6.50 at the moment. I reckon she's well and truly under the odds. She's a $12 or $14 chance, and I'm sure Matt will tell us why she's that short at the moment. I thought she was a winning chance until she drew inside Where's the Risk, which does want to run to the rail, and really she's going to need a heck of a lot of luck to get away with it.
Go on then, Matt. Tell us exactly why she is $6.50.
Yeah, I'm wondering, did you get the hundreds or did you miss the hundreds?
I didn't get the hundreds.
Yeah, so that was certainly on offer.
Can you give him the hundreds now?
Certainly not. Look at that. $6.50 at the moment. I can tell you this is an absolute blackout if this one wins at the moment as the book stands. They not only took the hundreds, they took the 80s, and the $31 was very, very popular, so definitely pulling Hot Irish's tail.
All right, we move on to box number 7, and this is Where's the Risk? And I saw Ronnie Arnold after the races on Saturday night. He was very, very emotional about getting through to the final. He looks to have some sort of a chance, at least, of running a place here, you would think.
Well, he should be emotional. It's a great feat to be in a golden Easter egg. Look, she's got the early pace to be competitive, and if she did find the lead at the first turn and there was any trouble behind her, she might be able to sneak away and win a golden Easter egg, but she's really got to find her best form. She's got to improve on a PB to be winning.
It's her first split. You'd think that it'd give her some sort of a chance?
Yeah, well, she's got brilliant early pace. And as I said, if you do happen to lead and there's any trouble behind her, she might be able to sneak away with it. But she's a real genuine roughie.
Yeah, Matt, Ronnie might have put some of his own on here, but anyone else?
Yeah, no, I think that's about it. Needs a lot of luck, as you said, but it's in the El Caballo. As far as popularity goes, not a lot of money.
All right, we move on to box number 8, and this is Dinah Burt. Now, this was your best bet, I believe, last week. Got home and did so very, very nicely. What do you think about the final draw on the outside?
Well, there were 2 boxes left at the box draw, 1 or 8. If it came up with 1, I think it was a certainty. Yep. Box 8 is a different matter. He's touchy at box rise, but he's got good burn. But whether he can burn any of these greyhounds off from the 8 alley here at Wentworth Park, which is very hard to do, is another question. I don't really think he can. His biggest advantage is Where's the Risk drawn on his inside, because she will run to the rail. But I really think he's up against it from the 8 alley.
All right, Matt, any support for the outside box?
Yeah, I can tell you a few cheers went up just over there at TAB Sportsbet when it came up with box 8, because another one, not a good result at all. 500 at $21, and we put up as much as $51, so very happy to see it draw wide.
Okay, we'll have a look at the reserves just quickly, Tim. If Ritzer Ryder gets a start, is it a chance?
Would have to draw near the rails to be any hope at all.
And what about Wandy Neg? I know you've got some on.
I'd love to say it was a chance, but I really can't see him winning. He'd want to draw wide on the track. He's got little or no early pace, but strong in the end and does get very, very wide.
All right, that's it. We've gone through runner by runner. Now we will get your top 3 in order. What are your thoughts?
I like number 1, Don't Knock Him, at the $2, $2.10. I'm prepared to back him at that price. I'm already on a couple of other runners at big odds, and I really think he's got a great chance. I would like to see him drawn wider out, but he's got enough burn to hunt up it on the inside and get the money. Don't Knock Him. 4, Desal Bale, I think is a genuine winning chance and at good each way odds. Dynabert, I'm going to throw him in because he might just get a little slide around at that first turn. And Fancy Dean, I think, is a definite you've got to include in the multiple.
Okay, well, there's your Easter egg tips. Now, we have been keeping that tally on your best bets, and you've had a fantastic result last week.
Yeah, we did have a bit of luck last week. Zipping Onyx, God bless its heart, and then Dynabert. But I like Newbold Pedro and the Ambrosoli. Beautifully drawn out wide. Won't be any flash odds around the even money. I'll be very happy to take that.
And what about some value?
Ella Bonita in race number 3, Greyhound 4, ran a cracking race when narrowly beaten last week. Broke the 30 seconds in placing, and I reckon she can run a good race at a bit of value.
Matt Jenkins from TAB Sportsbet. A huge Saturday that we've got coming up this Saturday, because the Golden Slipper at Rose Hill, then everyone will be straight out here to Wentworth Park on the 9th. Yeah, phenomenal interest too in the Golden Slipper so far. Some already will start the favourite from Piero, which very good support coming in. It'll start the second pick, and then you're right, here to Wenny Park on Saturday night. $25,000 on the first 4 as well for New South Wales customers. Going to be a big weekend. We're open on Good Friday as well. We've got the US Masters, plenty of sport happening too. It's all happening. Thank you very much, Matt. We'll talk to you soon on the show. Tim, what a Saturday night we will have out here this week. It is the biggest greyhound race that there is. They're all coming here to try and win this. Just can't wait. Now I can't wait. Ben has said $250,000 to the winner, and we get to see Miata again, which is worth just coming to see as well. She's a champ. Yeah, most certainly is. Thanks for joining us on Chasing the Dollar. Get out to Wentworth Park this Saturday night, or at least have a bet. We'll see who gets to take home the big prize. It is the $250,000 Golden Easter Egg. We'll see you next time.